Hello everybody, it's Slushing. Today we'll be reviewing Candyman.
Candyman.
It's just a story.
Candyman.
Candyman. He's here.
Candyman.
Okay, so this movie came out in the 90s, and I would say it's the definitive 90s horror movie. I feel like whenever you think of the 90s, you think of movies like Scream, Candyman, all those cheesy-ass slashers from the 90s, like Ice Cream Man, shit like that. I feel like that kind of shit comes to your mind, but I feel like Candyman's the definitive 90s horror movie. Even over Scream, I'd say. Scream defined a subgenre of comedy horror, but Candyman kind of, in my opinion, kept the slasher genre alive, but also added something far deeper than just another slasher movie to the twist. So it tells the story of Daniel Robitaille, who is this black man who's in love with this white woman, and he gets chased off because people don't like that he's in love with her because she's white, he's black. Classic racism. Happens. It was super common. Still, racism's just super common nowadays, as sad as it is. It's amazing. All these years later, even though it's a fictional story, that shit was going on back then. Let's just get that out of the way right here. That's not just some fictional story. I'm sure that happened a lot. And the fact is, it's still going on nowadays. We still have racism. We still have murders and lynchings because people are of a different color. I don't like getting into like social politics or social stuff on my channel because it'll divide people. And at this point, I just try to keep that off my channel. I want to keep my channel clean. I hate politics. I hate talking about stuff that'll cause problems. But the fact is, racism sucks. And if you can't agree with that, I really don't want you on my channel. If you're racist, just unsubscribe, and it'll be the happiest unsubscriber I've ever had in my life, because I just don't do that shit. I don't play that shit. I don't allow that shit on my channel. So that's just the facts. Let's get into this movie now. God. This film is absolutely legendary. The music, the direction, Tony Todd, man. Virginia Madsen, I believe is how you say her last name. Or is it Marston? I think it's Madsen. Virginia Madsen. But she's amazing in this film as Helen Lyle. Dude, oh my god. This film is just amazing. I don't know how else to put it. This is a 10 out of 10. Just saying that now. Haven't even gotten to the actual meat of the review. It's a 10 out of 10. This is the definitive 90s movie. It's got awesome kills. It's got a great storytelling with Daniel Robitaille, Tony Todd as Candyman. Dude, what more do you want, man? It's got the violence again. It's got the great story. I don't really know what else to say about this film. It's perfect. Dude, I remember when I was young, after I'd seen this movie a bunch of times, man, I would go into the bathroom all the time to try to summon Candyman. Obviously, it didn't work. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it was always thrilling every time I went into the bathroom, stared into the mirror, and I was like, dude, is this going to be the time when he pops out? Like, has he been waiting? Maybe I left the bathroom too quick the last time and he wasn't able to get me. Maybe this is the time. Maybe he'll actually be waiting for me this time. I mean, it was always awesome. It was always an awesome experience. And this movie provided that. And also, not even just like that whole mythology of Candyman will pop out and kill you if you stand in front of the mirror and say his name 5 times. Like, that was just a cool thing that was brought on by this movie. But the whole experience of the movie itself is so entrancing. They tell this amazing story. You get all the blood and gore. As a horror fan, that's all I really want, man. A cool story, blood and gore. I mean, why is that so hard for people to do? I mean, not every movie has to be a jump scare fest, all in your face. La, 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 la. Like, we don't need that all the time. I like whenever they make movies where it's more suspenseful. Candyman isn't even like a huge character in that film. He's barely seen. And when he is seen, yes, it's awesome because it's Tony Todd. What's not awesome about Tony Todd? He's fucking Tony Todd, so he's awesome. I love that guy. He brings an entire personality to the character. He doesn't play Candyman. He is Candyman. Let's get that straight. He is not playing a character there. That dude is just meant for that role. He is Candyman, which is why I like with the new film. If you haven't seen my review on that after this video comes out, go check it out. It's a pretty awesome film. Great review too. Self-advertising, gotta love it. But Bernard Rose, he's an amazing director. And then Philip Glass, dude, the soundtrack. I don't think anything will ever top this as far as 90s horror films go. I mean, I prefer John Carpenter as a composer, but Philip Glass, man, he made this film what it really is. Him and Tony Todd and Bernard Rose, those guys are the reason why this film is so amazing. Without them, without that trio of people I just mentioned, this film probably wouldn't be as good because, again, Tony Todd is Candyman. He brings the whole character to life with his acting, his voice, and his eyes. He doesn't even have to speak. You just see his pain and his hurt and the things that he's thinking and his feelings right through his eyes. And that's so powerful. Like, he literally doesn't have to talk. You can see it. You can see his words through his eyes and see the pain. I don't know if I've ever seen a character like that in my entire life. And I'm a huge Michael Myers fan, but let's be real here. His story isn't as captivating as Candyman. He's just this guy who went nuts one Halloween. That's his story. Candyman has that history of hurt, pain, torture, and God damn it, it's so hard, man. You see it in his eyes. He was in love, and he was killed for that love, and it's just tragic. It's honestly a Romeo and Juliet type story. It really is. It's like the horror version of Romeo and Juliet. Very extreme version, but that's what it seems like to me. I mean, he was just a man in love with this woman, and he was killed for it. Sad. Very sad. But what do I give Candyman out of 10? This film gets a fucking 10, man. It's easily my favorite film of the 90s. I'm talking horror, comedy, thriller, all that shit. It's the best film of the 90s. I firmly believe that. And it'll forever be one of the biggest classics in the horror genre. It's just a captivating film, and you can't top something like this. This is why, like with the new film, they went their own route. Instead of like redoing Daniel's story, they went back and sort of did like their own story while keeping Daniel very much relevant. So I love that. I love that they kept his story relevant for this new timeline. But anyways, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on Candyman down below. Hit like if you enjoyed this, subscribe if you're not already. The bell notified anytime I make a video or stream video. The channel's always some crazy going on, and I said that extremely fast. Just like I said Candyman 5 times in the mirror fast. So I can get the fuck out of that bathroom. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.